How do you know if a character has bad grammar or if the author has bad grammar? My name is Jane. I am an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. If a character is speaking with poor grammar, then that is going to show up in their dialogue and to a lesser degree in their narration if we are in their head, particularly if it is a first person point of view narration. But it should not be as strong in their narration as it is in their dialogue. And this is because you don't think in full sentence thoughts, right? Like your thoughts are always like bumping around and like doing all kinds of like it's not full sentences, it's not clear, you got things jumbling all over each other, and so your thoughts are not translated to actual words on the page. And so if we are in a character's narration, if we are in their head, it should not match exactly what is coming out of their mouth. And so that means that even when we are in their point of view and we are in their head, the poor grammar should lessen. It should shrink to a point where we can say like, oh, this is how they speak versus how like grammar actually works. And then whenever somebody else is speaking or thinking or doing the narrating or any of those things, then that poor grammar should fall away entirely. There are some things that are just genuine, like they're just wrong, but then there are a whole lot of dialects, even in English here. This is the only language that I speak, but there are a lot of dialects in English that are non-standardized or are not like correct based on what like your fancy English professor is going to say, but they are still correct. Lots of these dialects get mocked or ridiculed for being incorrect or for being poor grammar, but they actually have their own grammar rules, and the people who speak in those dialects, they can pick out an imposter from a mile away. They know when somebody is inauthentically using that dialect as mockery or as appropriation. They can see it because you're not following the rules. You think that that dialect is just wrong, when in reality you just don't understand its rules. All that aside, there are times in which like if you put the comma on the outside of the quotation marks, that's just incorrect. That's not how we punctuate dialogue, and so you need to learn some of those basic rules. And even if you are going to use dialectical grammar, you need to understand those rules so that you understand when and how you can break them appropriately and to have the most impact on the page.